गृह्णन्ति ते मूरिदा जना भुवि गृह्णन्ति ते मूरिदा जना। हरे कृष्णा।
Hare Krishna. We are extremely fortunate that during this pious Damodar or Kartik month, we all devotees are listening to the pious Shrimad Bhagavatam. This month is glorious and its magnificence is discussed by Sanatana Goswami in Bhaktivilas and in Padma Puran, etc. So many scriptures. This Kartik or Damodar month is sung, or its glories are sung. In Sri Padma Puran, Vyasadev writes or recites Kartikasya tu masya kotyam shenapi naharti sarvatirtheshu yat snanam sarvadaneshu yat phalam. So this is the verse from Skand Puran that during the month of Kartik, if you take the dip in the holy rivers like Ganga, Yamuna, Godavari, Kaveri, etc., or if you take the dip in all the holy places. So this verse starts from the second line of the verse, Sarvatirtheshu yat snanam. That means that the benefit of taking a holy dip in all the holy places and by performing all types of charity that are described in the scriptures or according to the Vedic injunctions. So the fruit of both these activities, that all can be attained or is not even equivalent to the fraction of the Kartik months. So it can still not compete with the Kartik month's piousness or piety. So such pious and Kartik Mass is going on, and the tithis are passing by, and we all are listening to the Bhagvatam Katha and performing other limbs of devotional service. And in Padma Puran, very beautifully, it has been said,
कुरुक्षेत्रे हिमाचले मेरु तुल्य सुवर्णानि सर्वदानानि चैकतः एकतः कार्तिको वत्स सर्वदा केशवः प्रियः। यह बात ब्रह्मा जी नारद
Brahmaji tells this to Narad Muni. Oh beloved Narad, ekataha. So on one hand, if we keep or we compare the benefit of going to all the holy places or performing all types of yajna or fire sacrifices or charity, that is sadakshina, and so we need to add all these. So and to stay in Pushkar or to stay in Kurukshetra or Himachal, or third line, and if you give gold equivalent to the Meru mountain, or on other hand, if someone follows the Kartik month,
और एकत दूसरी और केवल कार्तिक महीने में कोई व्रत करे तो कार्तिक महीने में व्रत करने से
so the
केशवः प्रियः
benefit of performing this Kartik month is that he becomes the beloved of Lord Sri Krishna forever. And on other hand, if you do all these austerities, you won't still be the beloved of the Lord. But if you perform the Kartik month or some austerity in Kartik month, then you become beloved of Lord Shri Krishna, because this month is very, very dear to Lord Shri Krishna. Because in Bhagvat Gita he says that in the months, I am Margashirsh month. So his month is Margashirsh, but this is the Kartik month. So if we see from the element, he is the or he represents Margashirsh Mas, but who represents Kartik Mas? That is Srimati Radharani. It is the epitome or form of Srimati Radharani. It is the month of Madhurya. As you heard yesterday, that as Radha is dear to Krishna, similarly that Radha Kund is also dear to him. Similarly, this Kartik month also is very dear to Lord Shri Krishna. And it is said, if someone in this Kartik month, so here Vishnu denotes Lord Shri Krishna, and if someone follows some austerity or fasting on this month of something, then that work or austerity performed multiplies into the benefit of Akshay, that is, it is uncountable. Oh Narad, I'm telling you truthfully that the piety or devotional service performed in the Kartik month can never be diminished or destroyed. So we should try to do more and more devotional service towards the Lord in this Kartik month. And for all of us who are the sadhak devotees, it is a bonus month for all of us. As in US, we have a Black Friday sale, or in Bharatvarsh, there is a sale on Diwali, and we get great things at small price. So this is the sale of the devotional service. So whatever result we get in other months as compared to that, we get great benefit if performing austerity or devotional service towards the Lord in this pious month. Shri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was in South during the Kartik month, and for 1 month he followed the fasting for the Kartik month, and it is called the Urja Vrat or Kartik Vrat. So we don't have to do much, but we have to just follow or perform the limbs of devotional service, but with more sincerity. So for devotees like us, the principles and the regulations that are there, the first and foremost is we should try to chant more and more in this Kartik month. So if we chant 16 rounds, then we should take a vow to chant 25 rounds or 32 rounds, etc. First. Secondly, at least during this Kartik month, we should try to get up early. So these are the things that we should try to do. So what is the definition of getting up? So some will say that we will get up at 7:38. For some, it is early. So what is the definition for getting early? Getting up early is to raise or be awake during the Brahma Muhurta, that is before 1.5 hours before sunrise. But although we should get up early daily, but especially on this Kartik month. So we should take a vow to get up early, and thirdly, we should try to take a bath before the sunrise. So what if we take a bath before the sunrise? It is called Devasnan, and during the sunrise it is called Rishi Snan, and after that it is called Asuri or demonic bath. And if it's possible, we should take the holy dip in the holy rivers, or otherwise, at least during or while taking the bath, we should remember all these pious rivers. And the fourth is we should have the Mangla darshan of the Lord. You can go to a nearest Iskcon temple and do a physical darshan of the Lord. And if the temple is not near, then we have so many other facilities we can see on live YouTube, etc. There are so many temples darshan that we can see, especially Vrindavan or Mayapur. Mangla Arti darshan can be performed. So there is another vow that we can take, that is to serve Tulsi Maya, that is Tulsi Sevanam. So we should try to serve her more, because she manifested in this month, and she was also married in this pious month. For some people, the birthday and marriage anniversary is same. So we should try to serve her more. We should circumambulate her, etc. And during this Kartik month, as I said, that Chaitanya Mahaprabhu himself used to keep this fast, and Srila Prabhupada introduced this to us. So Srila Prabhupada ji tells that we should try to read scriptures as much as we can, especially the Shrimad Bhagavatam, Shrimad Bhagvat Gita. So such holy scriptures should be read by taking a vow. And even serving the devotees also comes in the Kartik month. So we should try to serve them throughout the year, but at least in Kartik we should try to do it more. Rup Goswami says that there is another thing that we should do in this Kartik month, that is to serve the cows. We should try to serve them more, because in this month we celebrate Gopashtami, and we are going to listen about the same in shortly, near future. So we can also take a vow to chant Strotra. We will sing this strot or that strot for one week or one other on the other week. So we can do the Gajendra Stuti, because it also happened in the Kartik month. So we can we can also study or read Shiksha Ashtakam or the 12th chapter of Shrimad Bhagvat Gita. We can also recite Gopi Geet, because it also happened in the Kartik month. Or the books written by Srila Prabhupada, like Krishna book, where the pastimes of Lord Shri Krishna are described. So this all we should do. It's a good thing. But if you're not able to do one or two things in this, it can still be tolerated. But first and foremost, that we should do is the Damodar Ashtakam part, and it is necessary. And in Kartik month, we should try to do it once or at least twice during this Kartik month. So I have been telling from quite few years that Lord Shri Krishna's wife Satyabhama asked Krishna, how did I got this fortune to marry you? What is the reason behind it? And in Padma Puran, Lord Shri Krishna replies that you didn't do much, but in your previous birth, during the Kartuk month, you have offered a lamb to me. And just by doing that, you got the fortune to be my wife. So if we want to be the beloved of Lord, or we want acceptance from the Lord, then with love and devotion, we should offer the lamb to him. It should be with the pure cow's desi ghee, and with that we should offer him the lamb. And during the Deepdan, or offering the lamb, so when we do the same, it has 4 principles. So in the first step, first we should circumambulate the lamp on the feet of the Lord. How much in detail I have to teach all of you. So we have the lamp in our hand, and we should circumambulate the lamp 4 times on the feet of the Lord. The Govind TV has arranged this, so you can take a picture of the same. So 4 times on lotus feet, 2 times on navel, 3 times on the face, 7 times all over the deity or Lord Damodar. And so you can understand that 4 times we should rotate the lamp on his lotus feet, and 2 times on his stomach or navel, and 3 times on the face, that is on the face of Lord Damodar or Krishna, and 7 times all over, that is the complete deity of the Lord. So this is the minimum, and you can do it more as well, but this is the minimum that we should do. So you should take a lamp and get ready, and with so whoever wants to do it while sitting, and the other while standing, or someone who wants to sit a lamp, they can do the same. I will sing and we will show the lyrics, and please, I will request him to show the darshan of Damodar, Lord Damodar, so that everyone can light the lamp for them.
Jaya Jaya Navala Kishore Jaya Gopi Chit Chora Prabhu Jaya Gopi Chit Chora Prabhu Jaya Jaya माखन चोर, जय जय माखन चोर। श्री कृष्णचंद्र भगवान की, श्री कार्तिक दामोदर मास की, जगत गुरु श्रील प्रभुपाद की। उपस्थित
Hare Krishna.
भगवत कथा अनुरागी,
I welcome all the loving devotees of Shrimad Bhagavatam, all the attendee devotees and listeners. I want to extend my warm welcome to the senior devotees of International Society of Krishna Consciousness Iskcon, who have beautifully decorated this assembly. I also welcome all the listeners who have gathered through the medium of Facebook, YouTube, etc. All the listeners, and in particular, I want to extend my welcome to the organizers of this beautiful Shrimad Bhagavatam Katha, the denizens of Australia, Melbourne, the whole Deo family, in reverie of their ancestors, Sri Mahadevji, Suraj Kuwar Mataji, Sri Michael Harish Chandraji. So, remembering them, this beautiful Katha has been organized. So, Savitri Devi Ji, Nalini Mata, Nitesh Ji, Subhashini Dev Ji, Simran Ratan, Akash, Monroe. I welcome you all on the third day of the Shrimad Bhagavatam Katha, and please accept our humble obeisances at your lotus feet. Radhe Shyam. Today, the Kartik Mass is started, and for some it is the Prathama, and for some it is the second day. And the glory of this day is that our beloved Shri Aminarayan Prabhuji birthday is today. So the more he lives, and the more Amrit Katha will flourish, that is for sure. So we all should, for his good wealth and pure devotional service to the Lord and for his family, from our heart we should pray for that, his devotional service manifests and all his desires are fulfilled, and the dedication with which he organizes these Bhagavatam Kathas and takes care of the Radha Govind Goswami. He takes care of the cows. He takes care of all us, the devotees. And he takes walk in hand in hand, the Bhagavatam Katha and the service towards the cow. So on behalf of all of us, we really want to thank you and many, many happy returns of the day. So we know him from last 15 to 20 years. He's very humble. And it's not that we meet on a daily basis or we have a discussion, but we have an understanding. Now he just orders it. On this day you have to come, and on this day you have to start this katha. And I'm aware that he does it for the welfare of everyone and the cause, and so that we can also use our speech for Bhagavatam Seva. So he has a control in his hands. So the Lord always gives him happiness, and his devotional service should progress day and night. He is progressing. A few months back, he started the Acharya program, and many devotees are attached to this program. It is a very beautiful event, a program to take responsibility of sub devotees. He trains them, and then when they will be qualified, they will be initiated, etc. So very beautiful. It's not that he just only does the service with the cow or the Bhagavatam, but along with it, he takes care of progress of the living entities' welfare with huge responsibility. He is organizing this program. You should not think that on YouTube, Facebook, so many programs come. This is a new program, Amrita. No, this is something special. And it is what even I am unable to understand. If we tell that this is preaching, that is also be considered ordinary, because in preaching also they just preach for 20-30 minutes, but here constantly we are enjoying the bliss of Shrimad Bhagavatam, and with huge responsibility he is taking care of this responsibility. You're not aware, to organize one Bhagavatam Katha has so much work involved. There's so many small and big things to manage all this, and to take an appointment or timing from a person like me is so that but still he is doing a great service. So I thought that let me wish from here, and you all, during the conclusion of the katha, you can present your anumodan or bhav. I know that Amarnath Prabhu will not do it, but Madhusudan Prabhu, please take care of the speaker. So let's start the Bhagavatam Katha. And so the essence of Damodar month, so Deepavali and Damodar pastime, and from A, appearance of Radha Kund and Shyam Kund and Amrish Charitra. So today is M, and we're from M, Mukti of Nalkuver and Manigriv, and marriage of Tulsi and Shaligram. So both pastimes are very beautiful. So without taking much time, let's start the Bhagavatam. So please wear the time life jacket, and let's jump to the Shrimad Bhagavatam's 10th canto, 10th chapter, the pastime of Nal Kuber and Manigriv. Shukdevji shares the pastime. You can see the verse. आप दिखाइए सबको, तब तक ये श्लोक आ जाएगा. हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे. हरे राम राम राम.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram.
Shri Shuka Uvacha Rudrasyanucharo Bhutva Srudrupto Dhanadaatmajo कैलासे पवने रम्ये कैलासोपवने रम्ये मंदाकिन्यामदोत्कटो। श्री सुखदेव गोस्वामी ये कथा सुनाते हुए
Shukdev Goswami, sharing this pastime, recites the Rudra means Lord Shiva. And why is he called Rudra? So why is he called Rudra? What is the definition of Rudra? According to the scriptures, it is said, Rudrani means diseases, and Dravati means. So for Rudra, there are two alphabets, the Ru and Dra. So Ru means disease or rog, and Dra means Dravyati. So the one who destroys the diseases, and that is why he is called Rudra. So this is the first definition of the name of Rudra. And the second meaning is to make others cry, and by his fear people cry or are afraid. That is why he is called Rudra. And he manifested from the head of Lord Brahma while he was crying. That is why he is called Rudra as well. So he is the most glorious who resides in Kailash mountain, and this Lord Shiva, so Shivji thought that I should not stay alone. I should keep some associate, PA, that is personal assistant, and that is called in Sanskrit as Anuchar. So Shivji appointed personal assistants, and that too not one but two. So he made two people his personal assistant, and who were those? Dhan Atmajo. Dhan means wealth or opulence. And the person who gives the wealth, that is Kuber. Although it is of our work or deed, but it comes through the medium of Kuber, and we get it through the medium of cashier, what we kept in the bank. And we get this wealth through the medium of Kuber. So, Dhana Atmajo. So the sons of Kuber, Atmaj means single, but it is said Dvau. So his two sons, and these two sons, name was Nal Kuber. So his name was Nal, and he put his father's name. That is why his name was Nal Kuber. So Kuber is his father's name, and Nal is his name. So in Mahabharat there is a pastime of Nal and Damayanti. That is not the tap. So similarly he also has his name Nal. and he put his father's name, so his name is Nalkuber
और दूसरा भाई जो
or
था
Kuber. And the second brother or son,
मतलब उसके गले में एक मणि लगा था,
so on
और
his
रात को
neck
सोते हुए
he
कभी
had
मणि निकालता
a
ही नहीं था,
precious
तो
stone,
उसके गले में मणि होने के कारण उसका
and
नाम हुआ
because of
मणि
that
ग्रीवा।
he was called
ग्रीव
or
माने
addressed
गले
as
में
money
मणि
greave.
धारण करने
So
वाला।
greave means the neck
तो इसका नाम
and the money means the
एक्चुअली ऑलरेडी
gem.
बड़ा है इसलिए बाप का नाम नहीं लगाया गया,
So
उसका
already
जब
his
छोटा था
name
तो
was
बाप
big,
का नाम एडजस्ट
so
हो
that
गया।
is why he didn't put
तो
his father's name.
नल कुबेर और मणि
So
ग्रीवा।
thus they're called
समझाई क्या
Nalkuber
तुमने? मुझे
and
બધું
money
ગોઠવવું
greave.
પડે કે નહીં? तो ये मैंने गोठव दिया
So I have to arrange
कि
all
भाई
this.
नल कुबेर और मणि ग्रीव कैसे। सो रुद्रस्य अनुचरो भूत्वा सुद्रुप्तो धनद आत्मजो। तो धनद कुबेर जी
So
के दोनों पुत्र नल कुबेर और
the
मणि
sons
ग्रीव
of
को
Kuberji,
रुद्र ने
Nal
अपने
Kuber
अनुचर,
and
अपने पर्सनल असिस्टेंट
money
बना
greave
दिया।
were made
और
assistant
पर्सनल
by Lord
असिस्टेंट
Shri
बनाने से
Shiva,
क्या हुआ?
Lord
अब
Shiva.
देखो, एक तो बड़े
And what
बाप के बेटे,
happened, as they
तो
were
बड़े बाप
already
के बेटे
the
होने के
son of
कारण
a wealthy
धनी
person,
बाप का के
and
बच्चे हैं वो भी अभिमान,
because they are
और ऊपर से
wealthy,
पोस्ट मिल
they
गई
are proud,
शिव जी के
and
पर्सनल असिस्टेंट की
they
पोस्ट।
also got a position of
तो
a
इससे
personal
क्या हुआ?
assistant of Lord
सुद्रुप्तो,
Shiva.
एक शब्द बीच
And
में
what
है,
happened?
इससे
Here you can
उनका
see the
गर्व
word
बढ़ गया।
Sudripto. That means
नल
their
कुबेर और मणि ग्रीव
pride
का अभिमान बढ़ गया। अब देखिए एक
increased.
श्लोक में कितनी सारी बातें हैं।
So in one verse, how much they have
तो रुद्रस्य
described.
अनुचरो भूत्वा, शिव जी के अनुचर होने के बाद
So
धनद
after
आत्मज
getting the
कुबेर जी
position
के दोनों पुत्र का
from Lord
सुदृप्तो,
Shiva,
गर्व बढ़ गया, अभिमान
they
बढ़ गया।
their pride increased.
और गोस्वामी तुलसीदास जी ने
And
रामचरितमानस में तो
in
ये प्रतीक के
Ramcharitmanas
ऊपर
ji,
लिखा है।
Goswami
मैं
Tulsidas
उसको
ji
पढ़ के
writes
कितने
with
कॉन्फिडेंस में मैं तो
certainty.
ये सोचता हूँ,
I come
बोले इस
sometimes think that
दुनिया
how
में
much
ऐसा
confident
कौन
he had.
पैदा हुआ
He
है,
said that
उन्होंने
in
ये
this
शब्द
world,
का इस्तेमाल किया।
who
बोले
is
इस
the
धरती के
in
कोने
this
पर ऐसा कौन पैदा
earth
हुआ है जिसको धन और पद
who
मिलने पर अभिमान
has
आदमी
position
में ना
and wealth,
सके।
and he doesn't get
माने
the
धन
pride.
और पद मिलने पर अभिमान आ ही जाता है।
So it is
धन और
quite
पद का
normal,
वो
like
स्वभाव होता है।
expected behavior
फिर चाहे समाज का पद हो, संस्था
to
का
get
पद हो, थोड़ा बहुत तो
pride
हो ही जाता है।
once we get opulence of wealth and
अब
position.
यहाँ पर एक फिलोसॉफिकल पॉइंट कहूँ,
There
मैं
is
तो
a
एक श्लोक में
philosophical
2
point
घंटा
here.
निकाल दूं यदि आप मुझे कहो तो। मेरे पीछे 2-3 पाठ मांडा है, हमको पूरा करना है, और इनका जन्मदिन है तो उसकी इच्छा भी पूर्ण करनी पड़ेगी। लेकिन अब देखो, अब केवल पहली लाइन को और हम रसास्वादन करें।
So if we enjoy the mellows of the first line,
जी के दोनों पुत्र को
so both sons of Kuberji were made personal assistant by Lord Shiva. And what happened? Sudripto, that means they became more proud or prideful.
यदि कृष्ण के बने होते
Had they been the associate of Krishna or Rama, then they would have become humble. So this is the difference when you worship the demigods or when you perform devotional service towards the Lord. You can search in the scriptures whoever has worshipped the demigods and they performed austerity, but they increased their pride and enviousness or envy. But the more devotees of the Lord worshipped or performed devotional service towards Him, they became more and more humble. So a single word can give such a great message. So did Ravana worship Lord Shiva less? He performed so much austerity and sacrificed so much, but he never became humble. His envy and pride became manifold. You can take the example of Hiranyakashipu as well. But there is a quality when you perform devotional service toward Ram or Krishna. If you worship him, then you need not have to do something in separation, but automatically you garner humility. So they were already affluent and they became assistant of Lord Shiva. So they became more prideful. So what happened?
वो शिवजी, अब शिवजी को तो क्या काम रहता होगा,
So
शिवजी ने पिए तो बना लिए, पर्सनल
so
सेक्रेटरी तो रख
Lord
लिए,
Shiva made them
इनको क्या काम
his
होगा,
personal assistant.
बस रखड़ते होंगे. तो ये दोनों
They
क्या
used
करते
to
थे,
roam
कैलाश
here and
के
there
उपवन में शिवजी के
because Lord Shiva
कैलाश
wouldn't
लोक
have
के
much work to
उपवन
share.
में, मतलब आजू बाजू के
So
बगीचों में
what they used to do,
वे
so
मदोत्कटो मदमस्त होकर, मतवाले होकर,
they became
मदांध होकर वे वहां पर
so much
विचरण करते थे.
proud, and they
अच्छा,
used to
कैलाश के
roam
उपवन में एक नदी बहती है,
in
उस
the
नदी का नाम
gardens
सुखदेव
of
जी कहते हैं
Kailash Parvat.
मंदाकिन्याम.
And there is a river that flows there, and her name is Mandakini. So on the banks of Mandakini river, they used to roam with pride. And this Mandakini is a form of holy river Ganga. So when Shivji opened his hairs, so there were so many distributaries of Ganga river. And why is she called Mandakini? So because she roams or travels slowly. Mand means slow, and Gaman, that is to flow. That is why she is called Mandakini. So on the banks of Mandakini, they used to roam. So Parikshit Maharaj might have asked it, what does it mean? So were they intoxicated? So Shukdev ji adds further, Varunim Madiram Pitva. So they used to intoxicate themselves.
यहाँ मैकडोवेल या मैं तो ब्रांड नहीं जानता हूँ, आप लोग को ज्यादा पता होगा, और कोई ब्रांड होती ना तो एक बार हम लोग कंसिडर कर भी लेते कि भाई छोटे पापी थे.
So had they drunk something, then we could have thought, but the topmost brand is Varuni, which is not a product of for earth. It is with the demons, so you have to go to the demons, because during the churning of the milk ocean, this Varuni manifested, and it was taken by demigods. He said that nobody drinks it except you, so you can take it. So all the liquor that is there in this world, so the mother of all these intoxication is Varuni.
वो तो प्योर माल वारुणी मदिरा, तो ये प्योर पी रहे थे. टुक में ये सुखदेव जी ऐसा कहना चाहते हैं, टुक में.
So Shukdev ji wants to say that they used to intoxicate in the gardens of Kailash mountain, and because they were drinking Varuni, Mada Adhuni Tulochana, so they were intoxicated, and when a person is under influence, then their eyes roam here and there. And because of the intoxication, their eyes became red and they started moving. And who is doing all this? They are the sons of Kuberji and the assistant of Lord Shiva. So a great sage or a spiritual master. And if someone stays very near to him, so you should not think that he also will be great. It's not necessary that a great spiritual master has a great disciple, a great person who serves him. So imagine Lord Shiva is the greatest Vaishnava, and his assistants are these who intoxicate themselves. And they were so much intoxicated, and what were they doing? Stri Jane. So they picked women. So they bought women. So Jane implies here that they are mine or they are ours. So whatever happens in beer bars and clubs, etc., is being told by Shukdev. They are intoxicated and they were dancing and singing with women. Cherute pushpite vane. And they were drinking, dancing and singing in the mountain of Kailash, and they were roaming there. So till that also it is okay. But what happened next? Just see. So what they do was with the so what they did was, in the state of intoxication, they entered the holy river Ganga with the bottle in their hands, and the women. And they went into the depths of holy river Ganga, and he speaks the glory of Ganga, the Gangaji, which had so many beautiful lotus flowers. So the water was peaceful because that is why the lotus manifested there. And they went inside with the women. And Chikrida Yuvatir Phir Raja Eva Karni Bhi. So they started sense gratification, like an elephant is engrossed in sense gratification towards the female elephant. Similarly, they were filled with the sense of sense gratification. So they were nude and they had no knowledge. Or Srila Prabhupada writes in the purport of this verse to indicate us so if you in US, Canada, Australia, etc., any place, if you do some sinful activity, but if you go to the holy place, then by going or visiting those places, these sins can be atoned or absolved. But if you perform sin in holy places, is like Vajra, it becomes even strong and it cannot be absolved or atoned for. So in the holy place of Kailash mountain, they were performing such sinful activities. And by Krishna's coincidence, there was an event that happened. And what happened? That by chance, Narad Muni visited to meet Lord Shiva. So there were so many ways to go. And he took this way or pathway. So by the desire of Lord Shri Krishna, Devrishi Narad O Kaurava, that is, O Parikshit Maharaj, this was the mercy of Narad Muni that he took this path where this sinful activity was being performed, and he saw it with his own eyes. Apashyata Sharado Devo. He saw it with his own eyes that in this manner they are so much intoxicated and they are nude, taking bath in the holy river Ganga. So Naraji, who was a celibate sage, and when these women saw him that some sage is approaching, so those women who were nude, when just because of the fear of his curse, they came to the bank and they wore the clothes. Vansami Paredo means they wore their clothes and they left. So these women at least kept that much respect for Lord Narada or the Devrishi Narada. But these two fools were still standing there with bottles of Varuni in their hands. So, vi vastro neva griyako. So, but these Nal, Kuber and Manigriv were standing nude in front of Devrishi Narayan, and they became upset with Narad Muni. They said there are so many paths to reach Kailash. They got only this way to go. We were enjoying ourselves and they have disturbed our enjoyment. They don't have any consideration. So the thief is trying to scold the cop. So Narad Muni saw that these are the associates of Lord Shiva and son of Kuber, and they're doing such sinful activity on the banks of Ganga Ji. They're so much intoxicated, and by just seeing this situation, he did something. And Shukdev Ji mentions, Ta Drishta Madira Matto Shri Madando Suratmajo. So Naradji was not in anger, but he was conscious, and when he saw these so much intoxicated the sons of the demigods Kuber, and to give them mercy, he thought that if I don't give them curse, they cannot attain any benefit or mercy. So we all are sadhak bhakta, and we take the shelter of the spiritual master, and sometimes the spiritual master gets upset and scolds us. So Narad Muni is going to be angry with them, but it is for their own benefit or to shower his mercy on them. A sage who wants to have mercy only scolds them. So he curses Nalkuber and Manigriv, and he said, Sri Narad Uvacha, or Sri Narad Muni said, and what does he say?
Yatra Sri Dhyuta Asava. बोले इस संसार में,
so he said that in this world, a person who has wealth and position And the sin that he performs, they do more sinful activity as compared to others. So the possibility to perform sinful activity is more for wealthy people and people who have position. Why? Narad Muni says Shrimad, who has the pride of wealth. Srila Prabhupada ji writes that the intoxication of liquor, we get intoxicated when we drink and it enters in our stomach. But the pride of wealth is such that it's in the bank, but still the person gets so much intoxicated. So as a person starts indulging with women, he starts gambling and he starts intoxicating himself with liquor, etc. A person who has no wealth, how will he wear, how will he drink, or how will he do such sinful activities? And if we see in the history, Indra is the king of the heaven, so he might have done some austerity, but he himself disrespected his spiritual master, Brihaspati Guru. And Daksh was filled with so much perfection and qualities, but when he became the king, he disrespected Lord Shiva. So moon became the deity of the medicine, but he abducted his spiritual master's wife, Tara Devi. And there was a candidate who could have become the king of heaven, but he had a desire to take the wife of Indradev. That is why Kinti says that I don't want wealth or opulence, because wealth, birth, so all these gives us pride, and it creates a ridge between the devotee and the Lord, and it becomes a reason for fall down. So Narad Muni starts to give a curse to them, and what does he say? Therefore, ato. Why? They're the sons of such a great demigod, and they're the associates of Lord Shiva, and they're performing such sinful activities in the holy banks of River Ganga, and you're so much sinful that you want to be nude. So you don't want to wear clothes, then why you don't need to be a demigod or a human, so you become tree because they don't wear any clothes. So all those who wear Parmuda, so he said that you don't want to be in any regulation, because human life should be in regulation. So I curse you that you turn into tree. So when they were cursed, they came into their senses. And when they were about to become the tree, they bowed down at the lotus feet of Lord Narad Muni, and they requested him that we have done such a great sinful activity. Please have some mercy on us. So when he has already given the curse, what can be done? But because they prayed to him that we don't want to be tree. So Naraji said that you use this body in the sinful you were using it in sinful activity. So when they requested so much that you will have to become trees, as you have sinned, so you have to undergo punishment. But because you are praying to me and you are aware of your sin, so therefore I give you a mercy. And what is that benediction? It's mentioned in the next line. Smritis. Yeah. So by my mercy, after becoming the trees, you will still remember this event that happened here.
बोले ये घटना याद रखकर हम तो रोते ही रहेंगे ना, हम तो हमें थोड़ी इससे आनंद मिलेगा, कुछ और
they will not get.
कुछ और हमारे लिए कुछ कृपा कीजिए.
So please be merciful.
अगले श्लोक में कहते हैं,
and then he adds further that you are requesting me so much, so I give you a benediction that you will turn into the tree, as I have said that already, but I can say that you will be trees in association of Vasudev, that is Lord Shri Krishna, veranda of Nand Baba, and you will become the trees in Gokul. And it will be near the gate, and you will turn into Arjun trees as twins, and you will get association of Lord Shri Krishna himself. Labdva Divya, Divya Sharad. So 100. So after 100 Sharad Ritu of the demigods, so once in the year we get Sharad one. So 100 years for not for human, but for the demigods. So 1 year for demigods is equivalent to 36,500 years. So they have to be the tree as 66,500 years. And Lord Krishna himself will liberate you, and you will get the devotional service of the Lord. That is my benediction. So by just saying this, Narad Muni left, and they turned trees in Gokul, and they became the trees in the veranda of Nand Maharaj. So there are 20 lakhs of species of trees and plants, etc. So there is one type, that is Arjun Vrak tree. So the bark of this tree, if you make a powder and if you drink in milk, then you will become healthy, and the taste is also very good. So those who are unable to leave tea, they should replace it with Arjun tree powder, because the color also turns like that, and it has medicinal value. So Arjun, so they became tree, and as they were twins, and in Sanskrit it is called Yam, so that is why they were the twin trees of Arjuna trees. So Yamla means twins, and Arjuna means the type of the trees. So in Damodar Leela, Yashoda Mai had already tied Lord Shri Krishna. And what has she done? Krishnastu griha krityeshu. So he has been tied by Yashoda Maya, and she is doing her household chores, and she was so much involved in that work. Who? Matari, that is mother in Marathi. The mother of the Lord became busy. And here, when he himself is tied and he has cried so much, his coal is, and here Aratis have, and he has requested Mother Yashoda to leave him. And when he is tied, he sees these two trees. And now, see, the essence of the pastime is which touches the heart. When Krishna saw these two trees, then what did he remember? Shukdev Goswami says, so he was reminded of Narad Muni. Pura Narad Shapena. So 36,000 years before, my devotee Lord Narad has cursed them because they were prideful, they were turned into trees. So Krishna was not concerned about these trees, but he was concerned about his devotee Lord Narad. So just see one more verse. So it can be spoken in detail, but because of shortage of time, we are telling in short. So he says that he himself is tied and he is thinking, Dev Rishi Priyatamo. Dev Rishi Narad is my beloved. He is very dear to me. That is what he's thinking. By just seeing these two trees, he's thinking or contemplated on his devotee Lord Narad. So once Srila Prabhupada ji was asked the history, who is the greatest devotee? And Prabhupada ji said, Prahlad Maharaj. And sometimes he said Yudhishthir Maharaj. And sometimes he said Narad ji. So they said that you always answer different reply. So he said that Prahlad Maharaj is the best devotee. Yudhishthir Maharaj, best of the best. And Narad Muni is the best of the best of the best. He said this in context of this verse, that he is not my dear. He's not only dear to me, he is dearer, not even dearer, but the dearest to me. Priyatamo refers to dearest. And he has promised Dhana that these two sons of Kuber should be liberated by me. Although they have been sinful, but my devotee Narad has said that they will be liberated by me. And just by seeing his face, I need to liberate them. This is the philosophy. So Kuber and Manigriv were standing there for 1,000 years. But by seeing them, he was reminded of Narad Muni. And Krishna took the decision that my exalted devotee's speech should never go fail and it should become truthful. So he has promised. So how can I deny his benediction, and I will make it happen truthful, and I will give them the liberation of a saint. And by thinking or contemplating on this, he decided that he will liberate them. So the philosophy here is that if we think that by performing devotional service we can make Krishna happy, so we have performed so much sinful activities that we will not be able to attain him directly. But if we take the shelter of a pure devotee of the Lord, like Srila Prabhupada or our spiritual masters, so by just seeing their faces, Lord will liberate us. Otherwise, what is our qualification that the Lord will touch us or liberate us? But if we take the shelter of an exalted devotee of the Lord, in our organization, this spiritual world is based on this fundamental principle. Because Srila Prabhupada ji said that you follow the 4 regulative principles and chant 16 rounds, and I will come to take you back. As Narad ji has promised that Krishna will liberate you. Similarly, Srila Prabhupada, such an exalted devotee of the Lord, has said that if you follow 4 regulative principles and chant the 16 rounds, I will come to take you. As Krishna has to fulfill the desire of Narad Muni. Similarly, if we are surrendered to the disciplic succession, then definitely the Lord will look at us. Without a shelter of a spiritual master, bona fide spiritual master, the Lord will not look at us. And although they are so much sinful, yet Lord is looking at them just because of the mercy of Naradji. So Krishna decided, and then you can see the backdrop as well. So somebody asked, so you were here for so many years and these trees were there. You never thought of these, that I need to liberate these trees, and today only you decided. So Harishuriji replies that he himself is tied today. First time he has been tied by Yashoda Maya, and when he is tied, he realizes that how much trouble it is to be bounded. And these trees have been bounded for thousands of years in this species of tree, and they're thinking that and it is said that when someone is hurt, then only they become empathetic to others. So better late than never, but at least Krishna has decided. So although he himself is bounded, but still he wants to liberate them. So he tried to move further, but this churning pot fell, and as there was no scope for him to walk, so he was crawling and he was dragging the churning pot with him. And because he was dragging, that is why he is called Ghasita Ram as well. Because he was dragging this churning pot, therefore he is called Ghasita Ram also. And now Lord Shri Krishna crosses these two trees, but this churning pot got entangled between these trees. On one hand, this rope was tied on his tummy or navel, but this churning pot got entangled. So he just he just put a such small effort, but with great sound, who have been established for thousands of years there. They were uprooted and they came out. Shukdev Goswami says that the roots were uprooted by just a little force of Lord Shri Krishna. The branches started shaking and all the trees were shivering, and all these large trees made a great sound and fell on the ground. And at the last moment, it so happened that Krishna moved a little and these two trees fell, and these two demigods manifested, who were effulgent like demigods, were extremely beautiful, and with both folded hands, Nalkuvir and Manigriv bow down at the lotus feet of the Lord, and they had suffered so much for thousands of years in the body of trees, and they venerated the Lord in many verses, but the essence is in this verse in front of your screen.
Vani gunānukathane shravano kathāyam hasto cha karma sumana tav padayornah smrityam shirastav niva सजगत प्रणामे स्मृत्याम शिरस्तव निवा सजगत प्रणामे दृष्टि सताम दर्शने तु भवतनूना। इतने वर्षों के बाद जब इन दोनों का उद्धार हुआ तो हृदय
after so many years when they were liberated, they had tears in their eyes. They were overwhelmed with emotion, and they told the Lord, so Krishna said that now you can ask whatever you desire and you can leave. And they say that we have stayed here for so many years. We have taken your association and drunk your water. We beg for your mercy. You can send us anywhere, wherever you desire, but on one condition.
आंगन में बैठकर आपके प्रांगण में रहकर हमने
Only one
आपकी
thing, that we have seen your pastimes, we have seen the pastimes performed by you while sitting here, and whatever we have seen here, even if we go to the hellish planets, so but we always are able to sing the glories of your pastime. Please give us this benediction. We just want to sing and tell these pastimes to the world, the glories of Lord Shri Krishna. They said that our speech should always sing your glories. Please give us this benediction. And further, they asked 7 things. But the first and foremost, they asked that we are able to speak about your glories, and we use our ears to listen about your pastimes. Our hand should work for you, and our heart should always be focused on your lotus feet. And we always remember you, and we are always able to bow down at your lotus feet. and we are always able to see you and your devotees. So just give us this benediction. So till now, Krishna had no love for them. But when they said this verse and they asked for this benediction, so Krishna said that maybe they might have intoxicated, but staying here, they have turned into devotee. And Krishna was overwhelmed. What does Krishna desires? He just needs love. And he understood that these have become loving devotees. So I don't care about his past. In Bhagvat Gita, he says that even if they have done so much sinful activity in the past, but now he loves me. So that is why he should be considered as a sage. And Krishna gave them this benediction. Shrimad Jiva Goswami in Gopal Champu writes, he sent them to his eternal abode of Golok. And you should go to the eternal pastime and you will become the greatest orator in Golok. And for your information, in Golok or eternal abode of the Lord, so you might have a question, what happens in Golok Dham? So there is no work, office, etc. So in the morning, we should serve the Lord. And after that, we have to listen to the pastimes of the Lord. All the associates of Krishna, they all listen to the pastimes. And who is the speaker there? Snigdhakant and Madhukant. There are two parrots. One is Snigdhakant and the other parrot is Madhukant. And they are no other than Nalkuber and Manigriv. And they entered the eternal abode of the Lord. And they started singing the pastimes which they have seen with their own eyes. And in this manner, he liberated Mankuber and Manigriv on the day of Deepavali. So we have been listening the sequence. So we will proceed further towards the marriage of Tulsi Shaligram. But before that, let's share some information about the upcoming programs.
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद प्रभु जी। बहुत ही सुंदर इस आज कार्तिक की द्वितीय तिथि के अंतर्गत हम यहाँ पर हमारी श्रीमद् भागवत गीता का तृतीय दिवस है और इस दिवस में ये जो सुंदर एम सिलेबस को हम फॉलो करते हुए नलकुबर और मणिग्रीव के उद्धार की कथा आपने श्रवण कराई और बहुत सुंदर सुंदर चीजें जो हमें इसमें जीवन में उतारने योग्य हैं जो कि आपने बताया। और सर्वप्रथम तो बहुत ही सुंदर प्रारंभ हुआ कार्तिक की महिमा से, कैसे ये जो पवित्र कार्तिक मास है उसमें करने लायक कार्य आपने बताए और उसी के अंतर्गत नियम फॉलो करके हुए भजन करना चाहिए। और उसके साथ साथ विशेष यही है कि जो सत्यभामा माता जो कि भगवान की पत्नी बनने का सौभाग्य मिला, उन्होंने जो क्या कार्य किया था वो हमें आपने श्रवण कराया कि जैसे कि उन्होंने कार्तिक मास में इसी प्रकार दीपदान किया था और इसी दीपदान के फलस्वरूप उनको ये सौभाग्य प्राप्त हुआ। तो बहुत सुंदर हम यहाँ पर प्रतिदिन अमृत चर्चा परिवार में भागवत कथा श्रवण कर रहे हैं, दीपदान कर रहे हैं। तो निश्चित भगवान की कृपा हम पर भी बरसेगी जिससे कि हम भी इसी प्रकार का सौभाग्य प्राप्त कर पाएंगे। तो आप सभी से यही निवेदन है कि आप प्लीज इस कार्तिक मास को बड़ी दृढ़ता से लीजिए। जैसे प्रभु जी ने बताया कि ये एक बोनस मंथ है, जैसे उदाहरण के तौर पर प्रभु जी ने बताया था कि जैसे दिवाली सेल होता है या फिर ब्लैक फ्राइडे होता है, कैसे लोग उस चीजों को प्राप्त करने के लिए अपनी पूरी ताकत लगा देते हैं। इसी प्रकार एक वैष्णव वही है जो इस प्रकार का अवसर मिलने पर उन सेवाओं को उन सेवाओं के द्वारा भगवान की कृपा या वैष्णव की कृपा को प्राप्त करने के लिए लालायित हो जाता है। तो यहाँ पर कुछ यही है कि प्रभु जी ने कुछ चीजें बताई कि कैसे यदि आप गौ सेवा करते हैं, कार्तिक मास में ये जो व्रत लेना चाहिए, और इस प्रकार वैष्णव की सेवा करनी चाहिए, तो भक्तों का संग करना चाहिए, और सुबह जल्दी उठकर हरि नाम जप करना चाहिए। यदि हम 16 माला करते हैं तो कम से कम 25 माला या 32 माला करनी चाहिए, क्योंकि एक माला इज इक्वल टू 1000 माला। तो यदि हमारा पिछला कोटा बैलेंस है, जैसे कि एक बार हमारे वृंदा माता जी बताते थे कि हमें अफसोस हो रहा है कि हमने भक्ति में लेट आए तो हमारी इतनी सारा माला बाकी है। तो यदि आप इसे कार्तिक में इसे फॉलो करते हैं तो डेफिनेटली यू विल रिसीव दैट जो एक माला इज इक्वल टू 1000 माला, तो आपकी कवर अप हो जाती है। तो ये हमारे भी जीवन में ऐसा ही है, ये हमारे मन में भी ऐसे विचार आते हैं कि हमने जीवन में भक्ति में लेट आए हैं, या फिर किसी कारणवश जब को ठीक से नहीं कर पा रहे। तो ये एक अवसर है जहाँ पर हम भगवान की कृपा को प्राप्त कर सकते हैं, या हरिनाम अच्छे से जप करने से सुंदर फल हमें प्राप्त होता है। हालांकि भक्त होता है वो फल की आकांक्षा नहीं रखता है, भगवत प्रेम की आकांक्षा के कारण या भगवत प्रीति प्राप्त करने के लिए ही इस प्रकार भक्ति मार्ग से जुड़ता है, या फिर इस प्रकार भक्ति के कार्यों में अधिक से अधिक लाभ प्राप्त करने की इच्छुक रहता है। सो बहुत सुंदर यहाँ पर ये बोनस मंथ के अंतर्गत हमें जानने को मिला कि हरिनाम अधिक से अधिक जप करना चाहिए, और साथ ही साथ वैष्णव की सेवा। सो वैष्णव की सेवा से हमें स्मरण हुआ कि हम ये कार्तिक मास में वैष्णव की सेवा का बहुत ही सुंदर प्राधान्य है। तो ये एक ऐसी सेवा है जिससे कि हम कर सकते हैं और भगवान की तथा वैष्णव की कृपा को प्राप्त कर सकते हैं और भगवान के प्रिय बन सकते हैं। विशेष श्रीमती राधा रानी को, जैसे प्रभु जी ने बताया कि श्रीमती राधा रानी का ये प्रिय मंत्र है। सो यस, we are very soon we all are visiting in Vrindavan Dham, where we'll be accompanied with so many exalted Vaishnavas. तो इन सभी वैष्णव को सेवा करने का एक सुंदर अवसर है हमारे पास में। So if you want to be a part of that, और यदि आप for some reason you are not able to join us, you can still do this Vaishnav sevas where we can serve these Vaishnavas, and जिसका फल आपको मिलेगा, और इस प्रकार आप भी भक्ति में उन्नति करेंगे, और हमारा भी सौभाग्य होगा कि आपके माध्यम से हमें उन वैष्णव की सेवा करने का अवसर मिलेगा। सो इस प्रकार यदि आप वैष्णव की सेवा करने की इच्छुक हैं तो आप निश्चित हमें अप्रोच कीजिएगा, जिससे कि हम उन वैष्णव की सेवा करें आपके बिहाफ में, और उसकी कृपा भगवान आपको दे। तो बहुत सुंदर यहाँ पर अनेक अनेक सेवा प्रभु जी ने बताई, उनमें से कुछ ये थी वैष्णव सेवा, गौ सेवा, जो कि हमें करनी चाहिए। और इसके साथ साथ बहुत ही सुंदर ये जो नल कुबेर मणिग्रीव की कथा हमने प्रभु जी के मुखार से सुनी, कैसे जब कोई व्यक्ति किसी प्रकार से भी इस भौतिक जगत में भी हम देखते हैं कि कोई छोटी मोटी भी पदवी उन्हें प्राप्त हो जाती है, तो ही हैज दैट ईगो, उसके मन में कहीं ना कहीं वो अहंकार रह जाता है कि नहीं, आई एम समथिंग, मैं इस कंपनी का सो एंड सो एम्प्लॉय हूँ, या फिर आई एम द बॉस, तो ये रह जाता है, स्वाभाविक है। तो यहाँ पर भगवान शिव जिनके असिस्टेंट प्रभु जी ने बताया कि पीए थे, पर्सनल असिस्टेंट, वे नल कुबेर और मणिग्रीव, तो उनके अंदर भी ये अहंकार आना स्वाभाविक था, क्योंकि ये भौतिक जगत का नियम है। यदि हम कुछ सेवा जो हमें प्राप्त होती है उसे हम विनम्रता भाव से या गुरु के द्वारा दी गई सेवा के रूप में स्वीकार नहीं करते हैं, या फिर इस भाव से कि इस सेवा से मेरी भक्ति में उन्नति होगी, ये भाव से नहीं करते हैं, तो ये अहंकार आना दैट इज वेरी ऑब्वियस। तो यहाँ पर हमें यही से सीखना चाहिए कि जब भी हम इस प्रकार किसी वैष्णव के सानिध्य में आते हैं, या हमें कुछ ऐसी सेवा प्राप्त होती है जो कि हो सकता है डायरेक्ट हो, डीटी सर्विस हो, या फिर इस प्रकार कोई भी सेवा हो जो कि डायरेक्ट संपर्क में, वैष्णव के संपर्क में आती है या भगवान की सेवा में आती है, तो हमें उसे सेवा के रूप में ग्रहण करनी चाहिए। ये भगवान की कृपा है, क्योंकि जब हम हरिनाम जप करते हैं तो हरिनाम जप करते समय हम राधा कृष्ण से सेवा मांगते हैं, और जब सेवा मिलती है तो हमें अहंकार आ जाता है। सो दैट इज नॉट अप्रोप्रिएट, ये गलत है। इसीलिए सेवा जब हमें प्राप्त हो तो उसे सेवा के भाव से करना चाहिए, और वैष्णव के सानिध्य में रहते हुए भक्तों के, वरिष्ठ भक्तों से इस सेवा की महिमा को जानते हुए उस सेवा को करना चाहिए, जिससे कि हमें इस प्रकार अहंकार ना आए, जिससे कि हमारा पतन हो। तो बहुत सुंदर यहाँ पर यह सीख हमें प्राप्त हो रही है आज की इस कथा से अंतर्गत, कि कैसे हमें सेवा करनी चाहिए। और बहुत ही सुंदर यहाँ पर प्रभु जी ने बताया था कि वाणी की सार्थकता के विषय में हमें श्रवण करने को मिला कि हम सबको भगवान ने कोटा दिया है, वाणी दी है, तो उसकी सार्थकता है कि भगवान का भजन करें, इसी से भगवान आकृष्ट हुए और नल कुबेर मणिग्रीव को अपने धाम में सदैव के लिए, फॉर अनादिकाल, एटर्नल टाइम के लिए उनको भगवत कथा सुनाने के लिए उनको वहां पर रख दिया। यही वाणी की सार्थकता है, जो कि यहाँ पर हम प्रभु जी के मुखारविंद से भी श्रवण कर रहे हैं, वाणी की सार्थकता देख रहे हैं कि भगवान के गुणावली में वे अपना समय तथा अपनी वाणी दे रहे हैं। वेरी ग्रेटफुल प्रभु जी, थैंक यू सो मच। आइए हम निवेदन करें आपको कि वह शेष कथा जो कि तुलसी शालिग्राम विवाह की कथा है, बाकी है, और धन्यवाद।
वृंदाय तुलसी देव्यै प्रियाय केशवस्यश्च विष्णुभक्ति प्रदे देवी सत्यवत्यै नमो नमः। वृंदाय तुलसी देव्यै प्रियाय केशवस्यश्च विष्णुभक्ति प्रदे देवी सत्यवत्यै नमो नमः। वृंदाय तुलसी देव्यै प्रियाय केशवस्यश्च विष्णुभक्ति प्रदे देवी सत्यवत्यै नमो नमः। तुलसी महारानी की। श्री तुलसी महारानी क्या है?
So who is Tulsi Maharani?
देवी क्या है?
What is
अब
Tulsi
देवी
Devi?
के विषय में तो हमने एक बार कथा में सुना था ना।
So we already had a
एक पूरा उपनिषद
Shrimad
ही है,
Bhagvat
तुलसी
Katha.
उपनिषद।
And there is an Upanishad named Tulsi Upanishad as well, where Narad
तुलसी
Muni
माता को बहुत सुंदर गाया है।
has described the glories or sung the glories of Tulsi Maharani. He says that he introduces Tulsi Devi. So please listen carefully. It's a long description. So she is who? She is personified elixir. She is the seed of nectar. She is the potency of elixir. She has the color of Lord. She personifies Rigved. She is the heart of Yajurved and life of or soul of Rigved. She is famous and she is filled with the nectar. She has many forms. She provides opulences. She is the friend of Lakshmi. She is the deity of welfare. She removes our sins and she is the beloved of Vishnu. She is a resident of Vrindavan. She is complete. If she is offered at the feet of the Lord, the distresses are removed. And if you consume it, then you will be benefited. And if you smell it, then your heart will be purified. And if you hear, then it destroys the repeated cycle of birth and death. So you need to remember this. So if someone asks that who is Tulsi, then you can describe. So actually she has three forms. So her actual form is of Vrinda Devi. or goddess, and in the eternal abode of the Lord, she is 16-year-old girl. And what does she do there? And what is her job profile there? So she's in the Vrinda form, not Tulsi. How she turned into Tulsi, we will listen to that. So right now she is the goddess, and her work is that in the pastime of Lord Shri Krishna and Radha, which flower will blossom, and how many and how much fragrance it will spread, and which bird will sing, and what he will sing, and which melody, etc. And that too with accuracy, not like us. So Vrinda Devi, she manages this all, and her management is so subtle that which flower will blossom and with which fragrance and how much fragrance, it is so accurate, which bird will sing in which melody, etc. And what will Radha and Krishna be offered, and which playtime will be performed. So all these things Shri Vrinda Devi manages in the eternal abode of the Lord, that is Golok. So when he had to come on the material earth, then there was a planning going on. So as you know that Brahma Puran, he told Radha that we have to go. He said that you have to take Govardhan, Vrindavan, etc. So this discussion was going on, and Vrinda Devi came to Lord Shri Krishna. She said that you all are going, so please take me as well. Krishna said that what will you do? You stay here. She said that I want to accompany you. And he said that you will manifest in which form? Because everybody's form has been fixed and their services have been fixed. So what form you will take? So Vrinda Devi bowed down at the lotus feet of the Lord. She said that whatever the form you give, I will accept that, but you take me along with you. So by just seeing her intent, Lord Krishna was satisfied, and he said, there is only a plant that is left. So will you come in the form of a plant? And she agreed. So it was fixed that this girl will manifest as a plant on the earth. But straight away he doesn't bring them down because the pastimes are involved. So as he said that Govardhan will come, but and how he will come? So he manifested as a son of Dronagiri Parvat, and Agast Muni came and he took him. Similarly, Yamuna Maharani manifested as the daughter of sun god and manifested on the earth. So the plan was fixed. But how will she manifest? In the form of a plant. So as it was fixed by Lord Shri Krishna. But that plant could not manifest by some ordinary mud. And to manifest this, Krishna needed the mud. And that should be a pious soil. And he was in search for this pious soil where she can manifest. So some people might be thinking that we have already heard about the pastimes of the, so it might be repeated, but you can see that it is different, so that you are focused on the Bhagavatam. So this is something different. So last we discussed from Padma Puran, but today we have taken another Puran, and all these pastimes are true.
મિત્તલ માતાજી કોઈનો વારો નથી આવવા દેતા. રોજ એકલા આવીને બેસી જાય. તો मित्तल माताजी का एक डायलॉग मुझे बहुत याद आता है. प्रभु एक काम गलत हो गया, ये दीक्षा जो ना मुझे मिलनी चाहिए.
Mittal Mataji says that something happened. That if I had taken the initiation, the whole family would have been initiated. So in Satyuga, in Mathura there was a king whose name was Kalanemi, and his daughter was Sri Vrinda. When Kalanemi king was born, so Narad Muni came to his home and he was asked to tell about the future of Vrinda Devi, and he saw her palm and told that in future your daughter will become beloved of Lord Shri Krishna. It's written in her destiny. Then Narad Muni gave her a beautiful deity of Lord Shri Krishna and gave him the Mahamantra of 16 words and told to serve him and chant the holy names. And she used to worship and venerate them, and gradually her love progressed. And on other hand, there is another pastime or history. Once Brihaspati told his disciple Indradev that, have you ever thought that we should visit Lord Shiva? He said that we should visit him. He said that why to go to the temple? Let's go directly to meet Lord Shiva himself. So Brihaspati ji and Indra started to go towards Kailash to meet Lord Shiva. And Shivji thought in his mind, people come to meet me. And he was thinking in Gujarati. And they all behave well in front of me. But in front of my devotees, how do they behave? I need to check that as well. Sometimes it so happens. We love the Lord, but we fight or misbehave with spiritual master. So we roam around the spiritual master, but we misbehave with his servitors. So Lord thinks that his devotees should be venerated more than me. Similarly, Shivji also thinks the same. So that is why he planned that I will become my own servant and see what actually happens and how people behave. So he himself became a god and stood in front of his own home. And after some time, Indra and Brihaspati came to meet Lord Shiva. And Shivji was standing as a god, and he stopped them that you cannot go inside as he is busy. Brihaspati ji was peaceful. So Indra said that, whom are you refusing? Do you know who am I? So you want to meet Lord Shri Krishna? Oh Lord, and then you should not have this pride that who am I? We should go as a servant. And Indra said directly, do you know who am I? I'm the king of the heavenly planets, Lord Indra. But still the god says that I will not allow you. He said that I will go somehow. So Indra started abusing. We're not wearing bangles, this and that. And Lord Shiva became angry. And he manifested in his real form. And his third eye opened. He said that you behave very well in front of me, but you misbehave with my devotees. So his third eye opened and the fire started burning. Brahaspati ji stopped. That it was his mistake. I will take his responsibility and I will rectify his behavior. So Shivji became peaceful, but now what should I do with this fire that has manifested from my third eye? What am I supposed to do? So Brahaspati ji said that the effulgence, you should put it in the sea. So he put it in the sea, that it will be peaceful in the sea. But because of that effulgence, a sun manifested from this effulgence or potency of Lord Shiva. And because he was born from the sea, he was named Jalandhar. And by his effulgence, this Jalandhar was born. So last year we discussed about the Padma Puran. So the past time is similar about the birth of Jalandhar, but there the different little change was that Indra was going with his celestial wings somewhere, and he saw Kailash mountain, and these started taking selfie. They pout and they you can take as much selfie as you want, but you should not fool your husband. Otherwise, you will go to the hellish planet. So some celestial beings were taking selfies. They didn't, and they fell down with the mobile. And Shivji was in trance, and they fell down on Lord Shiva, and his trance was broken. And Shivji opened his third eye. When his trance was broken, his third eye opened, and he was about to burn the celestial being, and Devraj Indra came. That they just fell down by mistake. They have no envy towards you. So somehow he managed to pacify Lord Shiva. He said that I am pacified, but what am I supposed to do with this effulgence or potency? He said that you should put it in sea. And there Jalandhar was born. So these both are there in the process. So you can understand that it happened like that in two different situations. So by the touch of water, Jalandhar was born. So somehow Jalandhar married Vrinda Devi. The king of Mathura Naresh, his daughter Vrinda Devi was married to Jalandhar, and after the marriage, she was a pious, chaste woman, and she always used to serve Lord Vishnu and Krishna. And by her devotional service, her husband became so potent that he started fighting with the demigods. They came with Shivji. Shivji fought with him, and he was defeated by Jalandhar. So they all went to Lord Vishnu and said that you need to do something. Said that you couldn't do anything collectively, then what can I do? So he said, what is his weakness? He said that his strength is coming from his wife. Her chaste and pious nature is giving him the energy, and if her chastity is broken, then we can kill him. So you should break her chastity. So a person who wears the armor of righteousness or dharma, then to kill them with unrighteousness is justified in the scriptures. So Lord Vishnu took the form of Jalandhar, and so demigods invited Jalandhar to fight, and here Lord Vishnu comes in the form of Jalandhar in front of Vrinda Devi, and he said that the war is cancelled, and he breaks her chastity, and as her chastity is broken, her husband is dead, and her head came and fell on the lap of Vrinda Devi and said that I'm your husband, he's someone else. Vrinda Devi became upset, and she said that you have cheated me, who are you? Vrinda Devi told again and again, if he's my husband, then who are you who took my husband's form? So the Lord didn't said anything. So she said that you have a stone heart. I curse you that you turn into a stone. And you have done such a deed that you should be surrounded by insects. So when she was cursing, Shivji came along with Parvati and demigods. He reached, but she has already cursed by the time they reached. So Lord Shiva said that he himself is Lord Vishnu, it's not his fault, and we sent him to protect us. Then when she realized that, so she folded her hands and fell down at the feet of the Lord. And the Lord said that this was my own desire. I wanted to be a stone. He said, and in Kali Yuga, I will manifest as a stone, and I will be called Shaligram, and I will have insects in me. It cannot be formed without insects. They chew the stone and make special symbols, then only it is considered as Bhagvat Swarup or form of the Lord. And the Lord accepted the curse of Vrinda Devi and said, you will take the second form as Vrinda Devi or a plant. And the benediction that he gave, is amazing. You can see in the verse he says, so in all these three worlds, all the flowers, you will be considered as the greatest, and all the demigods will worship you. Oh Tulsi, you will be the head, and everybody will venerate you and worship you first. And the second benediction was, oh Tulsi, you will have eternal place in my feet, and without you I will not accept anything in future. And fourth, oh goddess, I will marry you. And fifth, you will always stay in Braj, and you will take care of the management of our pastimes, and you are secondary just to Srimati Radharani. And therefore in Vrinda Ashtakam it is said, so in this way he gave benediction to Tulsi Devi, and with the head of her husband she burned herself and became Sati, and her body turned into ashes, and Lord was in search of the great soil to make Tulsi plant, the Vrinda plant. So what can be the pure soil than a ash of a chaste and pious women? And thus Tulsi plant was manifested in the Kartik month. And in some Purana it is mentioned that on the Ekadashi day of Kartik she manifested, but some consider on the day of Purnima she was born. And on the day of Friday she was born. And they got married. And on the Kartik Purnima even Kans was killed. So such are the glories of Tulsi Maharani. Srila Prabhupada has ordered that by mercy of Tulsi Maharani we can live or reside in Vrindavan. So twice a day we should worship and venerate her. In the lovers of the Lord, the only element that is present with us is only Tulsi Maharani. Radha Rani loves Krishna, but she is not there present. So, who is living or who breathes, that is only one element, and that is Tulsi Devi. And she has so much glories that where she is, the place becomes Braj Vrindavan, whether she is in US, Canada or Australia. This is the glory of Tulsi Ji. Without Tulsi Ji, the house is a cremation ground. So let's conclude the session by praying to her with Jai Jai.
Preyasi Namo Namah Radha Krishna Seva Pavo Eyavi Lasi Je Tomar Sharan Loi Tara Vancha Purna Hoy Kripa Kari Kar Tare Vrindavan Vasi Moraye Vilas Vilas Kunje Dinyo Vas Nayane Hai Ribo Sada Yugal Rupa Rashi Ei Nivedana Dhara Sakhiranu Gata Karo Sevayadhi Kara Diye Karani Jadasi Din Krishna Dase Koi Ei Jena Mora Hoy Shri Radha Govinda Preme Sadayena Bhasi Tulasi Krishna Preyasi Namo Namah Yani Kani Chapapani Brahmahatyadi Kani Cha Tani Tani Pranashanti Pradakshina Pade Pade Jaya Tulsi Maharani Jaya Tulsi Maharani Tulsi Maharani Jaya Tulsi Maharani Jaya Vrinde Devi Jaya वृंदे देवी जय वृंदे देवी। श्री तुलसी महारानी की। सो इस प्रकार आप सब भक्तों ने बड़े भाव से, बड़े प्रेम से,
So you have been listening with so much love and emotion the liberation of Nal, Kuber and Manigriv and the pastime of Tulsi Shaligram. I'm really grateful to all of you. I really want to thank the residents of Melbourne, Australia, the organizers of this Katha, Nalini Dev Mataji and her whole family. By their support, we were able to listen to this beautiful Katha and were benefited. So let's conclude the session with Jai Jaikar, today's session.
पुराण की, श्री कृष्ण चंद्र भगवान की, जगत गुरु श्रील प्रभुपाद